We will bring you all the knockdown hits on this one. As always, we serve you up the best we have to offer. We will throw you all the curves because, as you know, that's always our goal. It's in the hole! Sportsnight is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. You know, weather kind of played a little havoc with sports, so we're going to do a short one tonight.
It did, and we're going to shorten things up. A couple of cancellations are always to be expected in the spring season. A little surprising that Monday's baseball, softball games were canceled at Anoka, but that's the way it goes. Girls golf that was supposed to be taking place on Tuesday also postponed as there was snow flying.
We were pretty lucky up until now, so, you know, to get a few games canceled, it's normal for this time of year, but I kind of thought we were going to go through the season without any cancellations. Little did I know.
You were wrong, but we will talk about what we do have. We'll start with the baseball team. Just one game since our last show. That was against Park Center. A big 10-2 win for the Cardinals. Cody Thompson, 3 for 4, scored 4 times. Tyler Wojciechowski was also 3 for 4, drove in a run. Schoolmeisters went 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. And Zimbeck drove in a couple as well. Dan Matthews gets the win on the hill with 5 innings pitched. That was the 3rd straight win for the Cardinals, all 3 in conference play, and they've kind of got things rolling. I know they wanted to play at Anoka on Monday, but that's not the way it worked out.
No, 3-game winning streak coming in. You wanted to keep that going. Now you're a week in between games, or almost a week in between games, so something they'll have to just get back on the field and start playing.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough end of the season. They host Blaine on Wednesday. They're at Champlin on Thursday, and then that makeup game at Anoka is scheduled for Friday. Softball team also missed that game on Monday, and they are still looking for their first win. A tough 3-0 loss to Park Center last Wednesday. Thone got the loss in 2 1/3 innings pitched, gave up only 2 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. The Cardinals just getting some hits, not able to push them across. Same kind of thing we saw in the game that we did last week.
Absolutely.
And they also have a busy end to their schedule. They're at Champlin they're at Champlin on Thursday, and then they host Blaine on Friday night for a night game. And Howie,
we'll be there.
And then they are at St. Cloud Tech to take on the Tigers on Saturday. Tennis team trying to get their season rolling as well. Took on Blaine last Wednesday, lost to the Bengals 6-1 at Blaine. The only win coming from Yang and Sky at first doubles, winning a tight one 6-3, 7-5. Drew Grimmer went to the third, but ended up losing that one 1-6 in the third set. Everyone else losing in straight sets, but keeping them close. So just a couple of games, the difference. The Cardinals back home on Thursday last week, hoping to finally find that winning combination when they were hosting Armstrong. This is a really young team, and Coach Storick is still trying to find where some of the players fit best to help the team succeed. Facing the Falcons would be another huge challenge for the young squad, still looking for their first win of the year. Captain Bobby Yang, the only senior on the roster, leading off at first singles. He'll win this point on the play into the net, but he's overmatched in this one, losing 0-6, 1-6. Sophomore captain Aaron Bauer put up a good fight at second singles against Armstrong. Also comes up short, losing 4-6, 3-6. Only win of the match for the Cardinals comes from junior Stephen Yang at third singles. Good strong ground strokes on this point leads to the miss hit. Yang comes from behind to win 4-6, 7-5, 10-4. Alex Fish in the far court for Coon Rapids at four singles. Nice job staying with the ball from side to side on this point. Unfortunately, he would lose in straight sets 0-6, 4-6. Drew Grimmer serving for the Cardinals at first doubles coming up. And watch the great play by Ella Sky at the net on the return. No chance for the Falcons. Cardinals get that point. Grimmer and Sky kept the Falcons' top doubles team of Matt Holton and Rudy Lipovitz close in the first set, losing 3-6, but they were swept in the second, losing 0-6. Cardinals lose to the Falcons 1-6, dropping their record to 0-4 to start the season. They did bounce back, though, on Monday, starting this week strong. They weren't afraid of the cold and the wind. They beat the Osseo Orioles 6-1. Aaron Bauer winning 6-0, 6-1. Pretty impressive finish at second singles. Stephen Yang at third singles went 6-2, 6-2. Alex Fish, was actually down in that tiebreak at four singles, came back to win the last 4 points and get the victory for the Cardinals. You see the other winners, Grimmer and Sky at first doubles, and Musolf and Michael Yang at second doubles, winning 6-1, 6-2. They also have a busy week ahead of them. They host Park Center on Wednesday, and Howie?
We'll be there.
Then they're at Spring Lake Park Thursday, and then they host the Cardinals Invitational on Saturday. So
yeah.
Very busy week.
Tough start, but they needed that win, and they hope to carry that on against Park Center, an opportunity for us to see the squad for the first time. And, you know, they need that. They need that. We talk about it's a game of emotion and an opportunity to get that first win, and they're going to hope to keep it going.
Well, and Park Center, one of the teams a little bit lower in the conference, and I don't really know what to think about Spring Lake Park, of course, the new Northwest Suburban Conference opponent. As far as track and field, they had a couple of events last week. They were at Maple Grove on Thursday or on Wednesday, but they did not keep track of that. They did then go to the Shakopee Relays. Boys finished in 10th place. The 4x100 meter relay team was the top finisher at second place for the Cardinals, 6th place for the 4x8. The discus relay team and discus relay guys were doing well. Plessel finishing in 19th, Weber in 20th place. Weber also 15th in the shot put relay. A lot of teams involved in this. 4x400 meter relay team also finished in 9th place. On the girls' side, they finished in 9th place. Callie Harris, the 300 meter hurdles relay, finishes first. And you expect that. She was at state last year in the hurdles and off to a strong start this year. 4x100 finished in 2nd place and 3rd place, apparently.
Pretty hard to do, isn't
I'm
it?
not sure that I may have written that wrong. That's probably on me. Actually, I think that's right because I think they had two teams and they finished 2nd and 3rd place. Cardinals finished 4th in the 4x4, 5th in the 4x8. 800 sprint medley, they finished 3rd place. Ackerman was 3rd in the high jump relay, and Barron was 4th in the pole vault relay. The Cardinals, the Cardinals, what was it called? The 4x100 throwers relay.
I think so.
So they get the throwers out. Shakopee Relays is kind of an interesting event because they do some different things. So like all the throwers,
neat. I like that.
All the throwers have to get out and run some relays. So apparently both boys and girls teams did well in the throw relay.
Nice.
So apparently they've got some people in the field events that do pretty well on the track as well. Cardinals were supposed to be at Centennial today with Blaine. I don't know if that happened with the snow falling.
Probably didn't.
The Hamlin Elite Meet is Friday. I'm not sure who the Cardinals had invited to that event. We'll hope to update you on that next week on Sportsnight. And then next Tuesday, the Cardinals at Blaine for the Bengal invite. Boys golf team started the season on Thursday at Bunker Hills, the largest high school golf tournament in the state. They host it every year. The Cardinals finished 28th out of the 33 teams. Novinska had the top finish for the Cardinals with an 86. Blockfellner had an 88. Elson a 90, as well as Travis Hess, and Goetz finished with a 99.
Well, the boys were back on the course Monday for another big tournament, this time at the TPC in Blaine. The Cardinals are one of 19 teams taking part in the Invitational. 13 of those teams are from the Northwest Suburban, so it'll be a great opportunity to see how they will stack up before actually competing in the first conference event of the year on Thursday. It was cold and windy, and stocking caps were the norm on the course. We lead off with the Cardinals captain Michael Elson showing some serious style with those pants. Love them. But this putt was going to miss wide right, and he'll have to take an extra stroke to tap in. Elson still led the Cardinals with an 84 on the day as he taps that one in.
It was nice of you to lend him the pants.
I have so many of them. We didn't catch up with Blake Novinska, who shot an 88, so we pick it up with Travis Hess. Great finish here, dropping the long putt on his way to an 89. One stroke better than his finish at the Bunker invite.
Also nice of you to teach him how to put down those 20-footers.
I'm a giver. Ryan Blatchfellner didn't fare quite as well on Monday as he had on Thursday. He needs a couple of extra strokes to finish his round, but still get to the clubhouse with a respectable 95. Jeremy Howells didn't get a chance to play at Bunker, so the TPC was his first event of the year. So we're going to see coming up here, these putts are part of a 96 to start the season. We'll see one more pick it up.
He's got another putt.
He's got one
from
He's
the,
got
from
one
the
more.
other
There
side.
we go. And
this one's short. I can make that putt.
Yeah, I've seen you. Nick
Just barely.
Helseth? Yep. Nick Halstead also getting his first chance at a varsity start. Pretty nice recovery on this tough shot from the lip of the bunker. That gets him close enough to tap in. Halstead chalked up a 98. It's in the hole. Cardinals finished in 16th place with a team score of 356, but the three teams that finished ahead are all Northwest Suburban teams.
Yeah, three teams
that was like they finished ahead
they
of.
finished
Yep.
ahead of. It's very nice. But Blaine seems to have a very nice team. They had two teams in the tournament that finished pretty high.
Yep.
Maple Grove, to be expected,
Always
was very good, and I think Elk River was the team ended up on top. So some very stiff competition, but we'll see how it goes. The Cardinals start the Northwest Suburban Conference tournaments or Northwest Suburban Conference play, I should say, at North Fork on Thursday, and then they're at Rush Creek with the Northwest Suburban Conference teams on Monday of next week. Girls golf team also starting on Thursday. It was a beautiful day for golf last Thursday. Not quite the same on Monday when the boys were at TPC, but girls kind of a slow start, but this is without four of their top six who had other places and different reasons that they were unable to attend. Tina McManus did lead the team with a 113. Allie Bissett shot a 118. Buckley a 122. The other Bissett a 134. And Callahan came in with a 147 on the day. The Cardinals were supposed to have their second meet of the day and their first conference match. They were supposed to be at Champlain Park today over at Edinburgh, but that was canceled due to sleet and snow and wind and
cold.
Everything else. They are scheduled to make that up next Thursday when it's supposed to be sunny and 70. They are at Centennial on Wednesday, weather permitting, of course, and the Grandy 9 Invitational is scheduled for next Monday. Boys lacrosse team may still be looking for its first victory, but they are certainly showing some signs of improvement. Last Wednesday, the Cardinals hosted the Elk River Elks, another Northwest Suburban team looking to stay in the hunt. Both the Cardinals and the Elks had lost their season openers to Centennial, and both were looking to bounce back in their second game of the year. Coach Justin Sampaga Reese's message was clear: keep your cool, don't let frustration lead to sloppy play as it had in the loss to Centennial. Elk River jumps to the lead early, great movement to find Nick Rice out front. He scores 30 seconds in. Elk River up 2-0, and the Cardinals get on the board late in the first quarter. Alex Brovic found some space, put the shot past the Elk River keeper. It's a one-goal game after one. Elks up their lead with 3 unanswered, but the Cardinals great setup late in the first half. Sam Luneman with a strong finish at the back door. It's 5-2 Elk River at the break. Cardinals pressuring early in the third. Luneman will steal the pass, take it behind the net, find Cam Lesnar on the doorstep. He deposits it in the net. The Cards are back within 2. The Elks answered, but the Cardinals keep coming. Good passing up top. Brovic will fire this one just inside the near post to keep Coon Rapids within striking distance. 6-4 at that point. Brovic finished with a hat trick. That led to a flurry of scoring late in the third quarter. Nick Utz, the catalyst for Coon Rapids, scores quickly on the turnaround, and then just over a minute later, Hannah has a save in close but can't scoop. Utz able to recover on the near side, spins and scores. Push Elk River's lead to 5. Cardinals scored late in the third and again early in the fourth, get back to 9-6, but Elk River wasn't done scoring. Matt Keller left with some room up top, shoots low, gets the Elks to double digits. They hold on from there, 10-7 the final.
You know, I got to think that Coach Paga felt that this was a better game than the game previously. You know, obviously they didn't get the win, but they stayed close. They did some things they needed to do to try and get back into that contest. And it's a learning process, and they'll continue to build.
Well, they've got a couple of more home games this week, and they host Maple Grove on Wednesday, and they will host Owatonna on Saturday. Girls lacrosse team also playing Elk River last Wednesday, and the Cardinals stay undefeated with a 10-8 win over the Elks. A little bit sloppy play, according to Coach DeJoy's email, but they get the win, and that's the important part. Allie Erickson, 4 goals, a pair of assists. Heidi Hanula, 3 goals and a helper. Hannah Nelson had a goal and 2 assists. 2 goals for Bailey Ryan, 2 assists for Lily Hackett, 13 saves for Lawrence in the net.
The girls team held a home opener on Thursday, hosting a very powerful non-conference opponent from Eagan. The Cardinals are currently undefeated and ranked in the state's top 10. The Cardinals are currently number 10, while the Wildcats are number 3, according to LAX or Lacrosse Power website. They lead by a pair of future Division I players. It added up to a tremendous matchup. The Cardinals control the action early and put the pressure on the Wildcats' end. Emily Fish with a nice look to find Bailey Ryan on the side of the net. She comes out front, scores up high. Coon Rapids on top 4-1. Egan's going to come out and answer with a run of their own. Abby Gadke splitting a couple of defenders to take it straight to the net. She scores, and you can see why she's so highly regarded. Score tied at 4. They keep on rolling. Gaedke hands off to Sydney Funk. Up top, she'll weave through defenders and finish. Those two made up the majority of Egan's offense. Wildcats up 7-5 at the half.
Scored by number 39.
Free shot coming up for Egan's Alyssa Hegland. Early in the second, she bounces at home. Wildcats up 9-6 at that point. But the Cardinals fly right back into the fight. Long pass to Heidi Hanula. She will draw the defense and then find Lily Hackett alone at the back door. She knows what to do with it. Hackett with a pair of goals. Hanula finished with 2 goals and 3 assists. Hanula again, this time driving down the right wing. Good look out front, and Kayla Ross is there for the quick redirect. We're tied again at 9-all. But the Wildcats go back to their big guns to get back in front. Good pass coming up here to Funk in the middle. She scores to break the tie. Funk finished with 6 goals and 2 assists. Nice night for her. Then it's Gaedke scooping behind the net, coming out in front to score. She had 4. Egan got out front 14-10 and held on for the 14-12 win. Coach DeJoy said this is a game that we knew was going to be tough, but even though they lost, again, 14-12, they held their own against number 3 in the state. It's a learning experience for these young ladies.
Well, and I think it says a lot that they played right with one of the top teams in the state. The Cardinals still ranked in that top 10, and that I think serves notice to a lot of teams that the Cardinals should be considered among the state's elite. And then you look at it, how do you neutralize 2 future Division I players? Those 2 had 10 of the Wildcats' goals. Without those 2, if you're able to slow them down a little bit, it's a different game. We have a little more time to talk because we weren't able to try as we might. We weren't able to shorten ourselves to 15 minutes. So
we like to talk.
I know, it's
what
crazy.
Else do we do?
So a little bit more time to talk in a good subject in this girls lacrosse team. They're at Maple Grove on Wednesday. They host Irondale next Monday. These are a couple of teams, certainly Maple Grove, a team that is going to be in the discussions towards the top of the Northwest Suburban. Cardinals and Champlain Park are the 2 teams to beat every year coming in right now, just because they have been the 2 teams at the top of the heap, along with Armstrong at the top of the heap the last few years. Maple Grove wants to be in the mix with them. This is going to be a crucial game for the Crimson, but it's also a big game for the Cardinals to bounce back from that loss and see if they can get back on track and stay undefeated, at least in conference play.
Yeah, we were actually going to see them earlier in the season, but of course weather didn't cooperate, and that would have been a good one because those were 2 teams that are always competitive against each other. And I'm excited. We have a game, I believe, next Monday. I'm looking forward to seeing this girls squad because
on Shapiro's birthday.
On my birthday. It's a good birthday present for me. Coach DeJoy, no pressure, get the win. But it'll be a lot of fun because they're a good team. They do so much so well, and defensively they're always tough. And of course, if they mix that scoring in, which they have been, they're going to be a team to reckon with this entire season.
Well, and they talked about it right from the very start that where they were hurt most from graduation was on the defensive end, and that's where they had trouble trying to slow down those 2 big guns. But they when you get, it was kind of a trial by fire. Now those younger players, they're not going to see a lot of 2-headed monsters that are quite as strong as Egan moving forward. So that they got a taste of what it takes to step up. Now going back all the way, baseball team playing really well after the slow start and some error-filled games. Got a couple of losses now, 3 straight wins. A big week for them with 3 straight to finish this week, and a chance for them to really solidify their role.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're hitting well. They're hitting a little about, I think it's about 330 as a squad, and so we knew coming out they hit the ball well. They always do. Pitching, I think, is a little bit of a surprise at this point. Their ERA is a little over 5, and I know that'll come down eventually, but they just want to get back on the diamond, and not being able to play on Monday, I felt from the coaching staff was an opportunity for them to continue their streak. Their 3 games in a row. Now they take on Blaine tomorrow. If you're watching this on Tuesday, it would be Wednesday, and an opportunity for a couple more games this week that'll really determine how this conference starts to stack up.
And a Blaine team that's playing really well right now, and has years of frustration they would like to take out against their rival, the Cardinals. Moving ahead to the softball team, still looking for that first win. A busy finish to the week for them, and some very tough competition against Champlain Park, Blaine, and then St. Cloud Tech.
Yeah, and they'll turn it around. quite obviously, and they're going to get some wins. In the game that we did, they played a very tough squad, but they were able to get some runners on base, and they had some opportunities to score some runs. So those are the kind of things that Coach Nienaber will work out with his team and eventually get those opportunities and put those runs across.
Yeah, tennis team got their first victory, and again, we talked a little bit about it earlier in the show. A good opportunity right here with Park Center and Spring Lake Park. A couple of the teams lower in the conference, a chance for them to get on a little bit of a roll, and then some tournament play with some good teams coming in over the weekend.
Yeah, without a doubt, and there's an opportunity again for them to get their season back on track.
Speaking of track,
led you right into that.
Track and field teams running pretty well. Both teams, I got a nice email from Coach Denny Green saying, it's a work in progress, but we like what we see. We like the work ethic, and we're starting to figure some pieces out. And every year with the track and field teams, that's kind of the way it goes. You really don't want to lay your cards on the table early in the season. Nope. So they're pretty happy with. And both teams talked about it early during the previews about how young they are, but they see a lot of talent and a lot of potential, and they really like the work ethic, and that's going to lead to good things at the end of the year. Boys golf team, big week for them coming up with finally getting into some conference play. We talked about the teams that they saw at that TPC Invitational, the perennial powers of the Northwest Suburban, Elk River, Maple Grove, and this year Blaine looking very strong. Had a couple of teams finish really well in that TPC invite, so they'll have their work cut out for them. But a little different start. They had Thursday where they had a beautiful sunny day on their home course, and then Monday battling some cooler temps and a lot of wind at a course they don't know quite as well. And you saw some guys scores go down, but a couple of the guys, particularly Elson and Hess, who maybe had I don't know if it was a little bit of jitters or what, but didn't play as well as they would have liked. Those are two of the guys they expect to be at the top of the leaderboard for the team. Didn't play particularly well on Thursday, picked up their games and took some strokes off at the TPC. Yeah,
now with the weather getting a little bit better, certainly temperature-wise it's not where we'd like it, but now an opportunity with precipitation not in the picture for a little while, they get an opportunity to get back on the course, they get back to work their games, and they're on their game, and an opportunity for them to lower their scores.
Yeah, girls golf team, again, only one event so far, and they were missing 4 of their top 6. They were expecting to have them back in the lineup for Tuesday's match against Champlain Park. That was obviously postponed. We'll have to see what happens with their scores as they move forward, starting the conference schedule at Centennial on Wednesday of this week. And boys lacrosse team, they've shown significant improvement from game 1 to game 2. They just hope to continue that as they look forward to the rest of the season.
Well, learning again with a new coach, learning who's new, not to the program, but new as a head coach, learning different systems, learning other opportunities. Now they get the opportunity to see what they can do. Yeah, it should be an exciting week of Coon Rapids sports, and we will have all the recaps for you next week on Sports Night. We've got a lot of stuff going on around here at CTN as well. We've got tennis coming up on Wednesday, then a softball night game on Friday, and then girls lacrosse against Irondale on Monday. Those games will not be live. They will all be rebroadcast. But I want to thank everybody out there for joining us. Continue to support everything we do here at CTN for the entire crew, including Howard Shapiro. I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.